What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we are going to talk about Sedona and the Red Rocks and how to get a view of those without breaking your bank. And this comes from a question that I posed in our group, Living in Arizona. You can connect with us there by the link below in the citation and in the comments. So, video request for subject matter regarding living in Arizona or Metro Phoenix. I intend to make a video soon about the metropolis. For Tucson, Phoenix, I already made that video. This one is going to be coming in from Sherry Roper. I have been researching cities and lower housing costs outside Sedona where you can still have the Red Rock views. Haven't found any yet. So let's go ahead and dial this in and take a look at the Verde Valley or the Sedona region and see what we can find. So here's Sedona. You can see the beautiful red rocks that she's talking about right there. Yeah, and it looks really nice at night. It looks nice with snow. Looks nice in the summer. Just a beautiful place. That's why Sedona is kind of world renowned for its red rocks and it's just beautiful countryside. I mean, it's just amazing, right? And you know, they have Cathedral Rock and whatnot. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map, and I'll show you guys where I would check if I was you. How do I know where to check? Because I've actually looked myself, and I know this pretty good because I've looked at buying properties in this place called RimRock, because RimRock is where you can get the real cheap stuff that she's looking for. So what you would do is you go to this place called Lake Montezuma. Now, right here is the town of RimRock. It's right on the Verde River next to Montezuma's castle. You know that Native American dwelling that I was telling you guys about? That's why they call it Montezuma. So there's Montezuma's well. They have this like unique looking well right here that you go to. You can hike down there. So add that to your list of things to check out. Montezuma's well, you park down there and walk. And people dive there. I guess it's pretty deep. But this is the beautiful Verde, or well, actually it's called the Wet Beaver Creek, but it pours into the Verde River. So this area here is RimRock. Now, if we come over here and we go on to, say, Trulia, and we type in RimRock. So RimRock, I'm just going to show you what you can get around RimRock. So let's see if we can find RimRock right here. So you can see I mean, look at the acreage. I mean, look at this. You got $179,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You got cheap property. I mean, you can drill this down by any which way. I mean, you can look for rent, for sales, for home types. You know, do you want to buy land? If you just want to buy land in RimRock, it's really cheap out there. Look at it, $72,000 for how many acres? 2.59 acres. It's pretty green. Right, so that's where the cheap land is from based on my research previously. Now, if you've got money to work with, and you know, the downside to RimRock that I discovered was that it's a bit rough and tumble out there. I mean, if I even just take you to the map here and show you around, let's take the little orange guy and go right on down here and show you guys what's up with RimRock. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit rough and tumble. I mean, this is kind of a good side for RimRock, I would say, but it doesn't look too bad. But look at that. They say it's rough and tumble because, you know, they do have people who live in mobile homes and trailers, and whenever you get that, you know, it's kind of local vibe that maybe you might not want to deal with, but still, RimRock's got a pretty good situation going on, I would say. Actually, the area of RimRock that was a little bit more rough and tumble was on the other side of the Verde, which is this side of the Verde, the southeast side. So you can see, here's RimRock. I mean, they got some nice homes up here. I wouldn't even say it's that bad, actually. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's where the cheaper land is kind of in the rougher communities, but it's still very beautiful up here. So RimRock is where you're going to get the cheapest stuff. And then the next area that you can look at if you don't want to break the bank and live in Sedona is Camp Verde. So Camp Verde is pretty nice. I mean, you just get the feeling that at some point Camp Verde is going to become something. It hasn't ever matured yet, but Camp Verde, if we just dial this in here and take a look around Camp Verde, so pretty nice over here. Again, named after the Verde River. This is Camp Verde, named after a military installation, an older one, but you can see it's got views of you know, what is that, what's the name of the mountain over there? Oh my gosh, Mingus Mountain. So Mingus Mountain over there, and then this way is towards the Red Rocks. You can't really see the Red Rocks from here. This is a little bit further away from RimRock. But if you also want to check out another place and you got a little bit more budget, kind of the more family-oriented place where it's within close proximity to Sedona, you're going to check out Cornville. So Cornville is a funky name, right? But it's more of that kind of community that that you might be looking for. So Cornville right here, check it out. It's a little bit more affordable than say Cottonwood, but also in any of these we can dial in on Trulia, and if you're really serious about moving here, you will do that. But it's right next to the Red Rock State Park. Cornville is. Village of Oak Creek is going to be a little bit more expensive than Cornville and RimRock and whatnot, but it's probably a little bit more affordable than even Sedona. But you can see, look, there's the Red Rocks, right? So Village of Oak Creek, I don't know, this is probably a little bit more pricey, and you can check on Trulia and see Village of Oak Creek. I already know it's more expensive, but let's just Oak Creek. So Oak Creek is the named after Oak Creek Canyon, which is a place I've recommended that you guys check out. But you can see homes for sale. Here's $125,000. This is probably just land. Look at that, 0.26 acres for $125,000. So it's pretty expensive, but look at your view, right? So Village of Oak Creek's not so cheap. I'm only mentioning it because it's beautiful there, but it's expensive. And you can see the difference between RimRock and Oak Creek is quite significant. But let's go ahead and take a look here. There's the beautiful Red Rock right there. Look at that. I mean, it's right on it. Sedona is going to be really expensive. If you're trying to move to Sedona, you better get ready to bust out the checkbook for real. But like I said earlier, I would check out Cottonwood. So that's right here. There's Sedona, there's Cottonwood. Let's go ahead and put the little green guy or the little orange guy on Cottonwood. So here it is, right here. You see nice newer homes, quaint communities, kind of a little bit like Denver. Okay, this is an up-and-coming area. People might consider Prescott, but don't forget about Cottonwood. Cottonwood's underestimated. And it's cooler than Phoenix. And it can snow up there, not all the time, but it's higher elevation. It's pretty nice, though. You can see it's smaller. If this is for the people who don't want to live in the Sun Corridor, that mega region of Tucson to Phoenix, so this is perfect for people who don't like extreme heat. It gets hot in the summer, but it's not extreme heat. And also don't want to be in these crowded areas, kind of out of the mix of it all, but want to be in Arizona. And I mean, I guess you could say this would kind of be like how it would feel living in New Mexico in a way, but it's got a lot of upside, this place, Cottonwood. So I would say take a look at Cottonwood. If you're trying to get close to Sedona, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can get a view of the Red Rocks. I mean, it's not too far away. Look at, there's the 89 and there's Oak Creek. But Cornville would be your best cheap option. I mean, if we're really drilling it in between Cornville and RimRock, which I already mentioned. Now, as we go further away from Sedona, we also look at other options along the Verde River. You have Clarkdale. So Clarkdale is another one of those places that is up and coming. And then you have the ghost town of Jerome. Up in this region now, you're going to have a lot of, what would I say, wineries. So here's a golf course, though, Verde Santa Fe. So wineries are really popular over here. I remember I played this golf course when it first opened. The grass was nowhere near as established and in as good a shape as it is now. Like the first time I ever played Verde Santa Fe, I mean, it was like a dog track. Like now it's got beautiful grass. Look at that. But it was literally like a dog track when I played back in the 90s. And it's pretty nice. It's come along. But it didn't like take off. It just kind of, it was built and it stayed minimal and it didn't really do anything. But now it's established, which it wasn't in the 90s. So Verde Santa Fe, take a look at Verde Santa Fe. Or, well, actually, that's outside of Cottonwood. So you've got these various different areas. And that's basically it. I mean, you got Sedona. The only other place you can go from here is up the I-17, but by that time you're getting so beyond that, you're headed towards the you're headed out of Sedona area and you're headed towards Flagstaff, right? Cochina Village, Munns Park, which is going to be more forest, less high desert, more forest. Once you start getting past Sedona, it turns into forest. There is some areas that you may consider that some people like, but that would be heading towards the Mogollon Rim of say Strawberry, but again, that's going the opposite direction of Sedona, but that's going this way. There's some places around here that you may check out, Mormon Lake, but it's really undeveloped over there. But once you get towards Once you start heading more east, you're going towards Payson. That's when you're going to hit Strawberry and some of those other places around there. And so that's really it. So in summary, check out RimRock. Check out Montezuma Lake, which is basically RimRock. Check out Cornville, and then you're going to have Cottonwood, Verde, Camp Verde, and you're going to have Clarkdale. And if you really want to get extreme, go to Jerome. Once you go past Jerome, you might as well just say you're going to Prescott. Okay? So, hope this helps. If you guys are new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Thanks to everyone who's been liking these videos. Check us out on Instagram, link below in the citation. And that group where she asked the question to begin with, you guys can pose the question in there, and we will see you next time.